The following contest is a second-round match in the Kings of Consoles tournament to determine the greatest game in the history of the Nintendo Entertainment System. 2 games enter, only one can advance. Introducing first, the 74th seed, a 1990 beat-em-up from Konami, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. And its opponent, the 22nd seed, a 1990 hockey game from Konami, Blades of Steel. Your ringside judges are Ricky Giraldo and Pat Dooley. There's nothing left to say, but round 2, fight! Hello and welcome to episode 66. Execute episode 66 of Kings of Consoles. This is the podcast where we're trying to find the best game for each home video game console by means of giant tournaments. Today we are taking a look at the number 22 seed in our tournament, Blades of Steel, as it takes on number 41, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. I'm Pat Dooley.
And I'm Ricky Giraldo.
Well, yeah, we're getting real close to the end of round 2. Last week we saw Contra beat Battletoads and Double Dragon: The Ultimate Team, another very large, very long title featuring anthropomorphized amphibians. And this time we've got the Ninja Turtles instead of the Battletoads. But they lost to Contra. Hopefully the Ninja Turtles will fare better.
We will see.
Locking it down for humanoid green fighters everywhere. I don't know, that analogy ran out of steam real fast. This is episode 66. We're tired. But we only have 2 more episodes left after this one before we start on round 3. And we've had some really great matchups here in round 2, but it gets wild when we hit round 3. We've got our list of 100 down to 32. Then the real game begins. But yeah, we always start by talking about the underdog in these episodes. So in that case, that is shouldn't be 41. I think I did the math wrong. It's probably 43. Yeah. For number 43, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, which is a 1990 beat-em-up arcade port from Konami that we last saw 34 episodes ago, back in episode 32, when it beat Zombie Nation, one of the weirdest games we have ever played.
So weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. Like giant zombie heads and
shooting its own eyeballs out at people and vomiting on them. And that was a weird game. Ninja Turtles is a really good game, but that was no contest there. Zombie Nation. I'm not sure how it made IGN's list of the top 100. That's another one of those that I would have booted in favor of a Paperboy or an RBI baseball or a golf, or I'm trying to think of like the iconic NES games, the first Double Dragon. Great games that didn't make the list. A lot of games that should have been on there ahead of Zombie Nation. But here we are. Ninja Turtles 2 has advanced. It is, if you ever played the arcade game, it is a direct port of that. It's a side-scrolling co-op beat 'em up. It's awesome. It's really fun. There's some really prominent Pizza Hut product placement throughout it. It is just rare
which is
for
funny.
the era.
Wasn't pizza? No, I think it was Domino's. Which was the pizza that had the sponsorship for the movies? Was it Pizza Hut?
I think it was Pizza Hut, because I think it was Pizza Hut that sponsored the live shows too.
But there's something. Tour. I remember there was always something weird with the sponsorship because they never showed a pizza from Pizza Hut. Like they were sponsored, but they just showed like a Saburo or
like a generic. like big
generic
New York
pizza.
pizza.
Yeah, but it was never.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't know if there was branding on the box from the beginning of the first movie when they order it. The forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Yeah, that's a good question. I guess I just always assumed it was Pizza Hut because it was Pizza Hut in the video game and the concert tour and all of that. But maybe.
I mean, that'd be crazy if Pizza Hut sponsored just Ninja Turtles in general.
Yeah, like, the official pizza of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Even in gaming.
Any accounts or representations of this pizza must be submitted through the Commissioner of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, so I mean, there's not a lot really to say about it that we didn't say 34 weeks ago. It's really fun. Konami makes really good action games, which we talked about last week with Contra.
Yeah,
we just had a lot of really great Konami games throughout this tournament. This is another one of them. It's the better of the two. Oh, Turtles 3 is another game that should have been on this list.
Yeah,
ahead of Zombie Nation. Still kicking around the idea of doing that for episode 100, talking about snubs.
Yeah, we definitely will do that. It's great seeing this and seeing the beginnings of a Ninja Turtle game and seeing where it's gonna go with what's the one we all love in the
Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time. Like,
yeah,
you can definitely tell that Turtles in Time took some of this. I was like, you know what? We'll just make it 10 times better.
That's right. Because they tried the the first Ninja Turtles game was not so fun. No. It had its moments, but it also had the
it was not the
underwater. Yeah. It was not as fun as the arcade game. So porting the arcade game to the NES was kind of a no-brainer, and kind of helped save Ninja Turtles as a viable video game franchise. And then we got Turtles in Time in the 16-bit generation. Yeah, it's really good game.
There is other Turtles in or not our generation, but later on that are also good. They're just not as Turtles are just, it's weird. They're very mainstream, but for games, they're kind of not.
Yeah, I would agree. So, I feel like the Turtles game mania kind of died when the Turtles, like the initial Turtles cartoon mania, died off.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're still kicking. I mean, they were in the Mortal Kombat. No, Injustice.
Injustice, yeah.
Yeah. Which I never did buy the DLC for that. Pretty much.
Anyway,
Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel. What a game.
Also a 1990 arcade port from Konami, only this one is hockey. Does not have any Pro League licenses, unlike Tecmo Super Bowl, but it does include teams from 8 places that had NHL franchises at the time: Chicago, Edmonton, LA, Minnesota, Montreal, New York, Toronto, and Vancouver. It was re-released. What?
I'm like, let Tecmo die. It's gone.
No, never. Never. Was re-released on the Virtual Console in 2007, and the arcade version was re-released on Microsoft's Game Room in 2010. All Game calls it one of the most enjoyable sports games of its era, and this will be the last time we quote Electronic Gaming Monthly, because they wrote, when they made their 100 best games of all time list, they made this statement as to why they excluded Blades of Steel from that list. We realized Blades of Steel was an excellent game for its time, with far better graphics than ice hockey, but the fact is, if you had to pick between these two games today, ice hockey is clearly more fun.
Wow.
And boys and girls, that is just not true. Ice hockey is trash. Blades of Steel was at least enjoyable. I don't know that I would recommend playing it for 2 hours like we did, but it's so much more playable than ice hockey. There's at least like some semblance of strategy in Blades of Steel. Yep. The fighting in Blades of Steel is worth is better than all of ice hockey. The
Yes,
music
there
is
is
good.
fighting.
There's even kind of play-by-play. I don't care for the way you shoot, how it's just got like the arrow going back and forth all the time and you have to time it. I would rather be able to kind of steer my shot. But yeah, it's way better than ice hockey.
So, Pat, what's the game genre I don't like?
Hockey.
Well, I was going to it. It was whatever the mansion game was. What?
Oh, point and click.
Point and click. Hate point and click. Now I feel like I know my second most hateful game, and that is hockey. I don't know what it is, but I just can't get into hockey games. And maybe because in real life, not that I don't like hockey, I respect hockey. And we were talking before, going to hockey games is awesome. But man, the games just don't do it for me. I mean, I haven't played any of the newer ones, so like NHL 2021. I haven't played those, so they could be a lot better.
I played a lot of NHL 20. I liked 20.
Yeah. This just didn't do it for me, man. It's just I don't know. I do like the fighting part. I thought that's pretty clever. That you just randomly fight. I never understand that rule in hockey. Why do they fight?
I don't know. I don't know why that's the one sport where it's acceptable. I mean, I guess it was sort of acceptable in baseball in like the 70s when they used to have, bench clearing brawls every other game.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, this was in the 90s, maybe even the early aughts. But one of my all-time favorite sporting moments was my favorite player at the time, maybe ever. No. But Nolan Ryan getting Robin Ventura in a headlock and just punching him in the head over and over again. When Ventura charged the mound, because Nolan Ryan was like a very old man and he was still like, nope, you're not getting on my mound, sonny boy. And
wait, why did he go on the mound?
Ventura, because Ventura thought he was trying to hit him. And so he charged the mound and Ryan was like, nope. Yeah, it's worth looking up that clip on YouTube. It's pretty wild.
I'll do that.
But yeah, hockey, outside of like UFC, is really the only sport where fighting is not encouraged, but not discouraged.
It was like when it happens, it's like everybody goes crazy. It's like,
oh! To the point where it's still in like NHL 20. There, you can definitely still get in fights.
Yeah.
So it's still a thing.
So, since my dislike of hockey, I thought the game, it was fun. It was a decent sports game, but playing 2 hours of this, let me tell you, I did not make it to 2 hours because this was very repetitive.
2 hours was definitely too long. I think it would have been fun at an hour. I think it would have been really fun at like 45 minutes. And then you get like 2 or 3 games in, and then that's plenty.
If you're a hockey fan, 2 hours is nothing. You're probably going to love this game. You're going to enjoy it because it is better than the other hockey game we played.
Well, and especially 1990, like this would have been mind blowing in 1990. Now we have, we've had the, like the iconic NHL 94 on Genesis and, the more recent games, Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey on the N64. Like there have been really good hockey games since, but considering, you had ice hockey and you had Blades of Steel, like, and I think that might be why I liked it more than you did, is because I just couldn't get over how much better it was than the just terrible game that ice hockey was. And we played ice hockey was 62 weeks ago, and like I'm still scarred from playing it.
Yeah, that game was a rough one. It's one of our roughest ones for sure.
Bad. It wasn't quite Hicks bad, but it was probably at least bottom 10, if not bottom 5. games for me of the ones we've played. Of the
Freaking kicks.
98 games we've played, there are only 2 games left we haven't played. How wild is that?
What's one thing we dislike of the game?
I don't like the shooting, and I don't feel like I have enough control over my passing or my shooting.
That's right.
Goaltending is hard. You kind of get it eventually, but it's hard because you're not like switching back and forth between your goalie and a defender. You're kind of playing both, and that's a pain. I feel like it would be really fun 2 players. I feel like if you and I were playing it, it would have been way more fun than playing it against the computer for 2 hours.
100%.
At one point, I was playing and I shot it. It hit the post and then got stuck between the post and the goalie and was stuck there for like 2.5 minutes while the players skated around trying to like knock it out from behind them or knock the goalie into it. I'm losing my voice. I didn't bring a water bottle into the studio this time. But yeah, it's got some very frustrating elements. I don't want it to come off like, oh, I loved this. It's just compared to what came before.
I also feel that, like, as much as I do like the fighting in the game, like it comes up too often. I'm like, man, I'm fighting this guy for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I probably had like 6 or 7 fights in a couple of games. Just they happen all the time.
It's definitely part of the game mechanic is the fighting.
For sure.
But yeah.
Well,
it's hockey.
Yeah. Pretty much. I did like between the second and third periods how they would have like the ads pop up.
That is.
And there was the one like playable mini game where it was kind of like Gradius. That was fun. So it was kind of like back-to-back Konami games with product placement in them. But yeah, I mean, I think we've pretty much gone through everything there is to talk about with the number 22 game, which is too high, or 24. It's too high for this game. It's good, but it's not top 25 good. It's not first round buy good. But yeah, let's figure out who made it farther. Who made it farther? Who made it farther? Ninja Turtles. I did not make it as far this time as I did last time. I think the last time I made it to the parking lot level after the ice level.
Okay.
But this time I didn't make it past the ice level. I got killed by the farthest I made it was to the ice cat boss thing.
So I made it. I think I made it where I made it last time. I think I was against what's his name? Dexter? Is that his name?
Baxter Stockman.
Baxter Stockman.
I made in the sewer where he's flying around in his little hover car thing.
Yep. Right. It was after the ice level, so yeah, the ice levels, man. To this day, they still got to go.
The worst. Why? Absolute worst. And Blades of Steel. You didn't make the whole 2 hours, right?
No, I did not. So I will give you this victory.
Well, I will take it by default. I was able to finish 6 games. I won 3 and I lost 3.
The victory that you actually succeeded in going through the whole 2 hours. I couldn't do it. I think I did 30 minutes and I'm like, I'm out. It's just hockey.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's this is one of those where I'm glad I played it because I've been hearing for 31 years how great Blades of Steel is. I'm glad I have played it. 2 hours felt too long, and I'm not sure how good the replayability is.
I bet.
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, I bet if people had brothers and sisters and they will play 2 players, they will play a long time because it is the best hockey game. Like it is the FIFA of the time. You know, the Madden. Like you shouldn't be playing any other hockey game.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I think I told the story. Yes, I'm bringing up Tecmo, but when in that episode, I talked about how the first time I ever played it was at Robbie Sanders' birthday party, and he had like made it to the playoffs, and so there were 12 of us there, and we all just like pulled names out of a hat to be which team we were going to play as, and we just played the playoff tournament as part of the birthday party, and that was super fun. I could see that working really well with Blades of Steel. Get 7 friends and have each of you plays a team, and you do the tournament mode, and that sounds super fun. It's not a great one-player game for 2 hours.
It's not.
It's really good for like a half hour, 45 minutes.
Yep. But if you're 2 players, I could see this going for a while.
Yeah, totally. That being said, we do need to pick a winner. And 77% of our online vote thinks it should be Ninja Turtles 2. And I feel like you are inclined to agree with that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Turtles 2.
Yeah, I am as well. Blades of Steel is great for what it is and for when it was. But in terms of like, which game do I want to spend another hour with in round 3? It's Ninja Turtles 2.
And I think if our listeners would play these games, I think they'll pick Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
Even if they're hockey fans, it's just because you got more stuff to do.
Yeah.
And at the time, I mean, how much were NES games when they came out? $50?
Yeah,
maybe
50,
$40.
$60, yeah.
This was not it. I would have been upset. I've thought about this ever since we started this podcast. Like all the games my parents bought me, and all the ones that either I didn't beat because they were too hard, or they were too short. I beat them all like that day. And granted, there's still games like that now.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. I feel like some of these games go like 30 minutes and you're done. Well, the shortest games here are like 10-hour games. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I mean, I played through Control in a week, and that was, with working 40 hours and, spending 6 hours playing games for the show.
Like Contra, like last week, Contra, I was looking it up. Most people, average people, it takes them 40 minutes to beat the game.
Yeah,
like it took you 30. I don't know why it took me 2 hours, but but I was like, man, these games you should just make bank. Like, and you're only playing like 30 minutes of it. And it's also
those
crazy.
were the days for those developers.
Yeah, last little thing that I found interesting. So I remember a lot of people was like, because a lot of people know me as a gamer. Like I play a lot. I wear a lot of gaming shirt, all that stuff. So people would always ask when you were a kid, you were always in your house. And I was like, no, I used to go out all the time. And now I think I know why, because the games were just so short.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, it took you a week to make to be Control, and now they're way more cinematic. They're way more stuff. Some of them are open world now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're stuck to your machine more now. But back then, it's just like let's say we're playing Blades of what do you call it?
Steel.
Thank you, Blades of Steel. Oh, we're gonna play 2 matches and then go out and I don't know, start some shit. So
we'll play some baseball in the side yard or take a basketball out.
So this is very crazy how I'm seeing these old games and how I'm trying to look at them as when I was younger and how I would play it and seeing how short really these games are. All of our games if we have 2 hours in it, we could truly beat the game. Like every time we played a 2 hour game, we're we're either in the last level or we beat it.
Yep. Except for like Dragon
Except for
Warrior and Final
Zelda.
Fantasy and Zelda.
Yeah.
But
Except those. But it's crazy.
Mario 3. I don't think either of us got super close to beating Mario 3.
No. I thought I beat Mario 3.
Did you beat Mario 3?
Yeah, I beat Mario 3. The only one I didn't beat was 2.
Oh. Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Right? I thought I did beat Mario 3.
Honestly, I don't remember. Folks, if you want to know, you can go back and listen to episode 53, which was part of our Super Marchio series.
Marchio. Anyway, a little tangent.
Yeah. So now we know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, will be moving on to face the number 9 seed Bionic Commando in round 32, which is a pretty rough matchup there. And next week, we will move from Ninja Turtles to Ninja Gaiden as the number 17 seed Ninja Gaiden takes on number 81 Journey to Silius, which is, I think, the lowest seed left in this round.
Another Ninja Gaiden. Another hard game.
Yeah, we got to spend the next 2 weeks with Ninja Gaiden, unfortunately. I'm working on the schedule for round 3, and I'm trying to make it so we don't wind up with nothing but like Contra and Battletoads and Ninja Gaiden all at the end of the round. Trying to mix it up a little bit.
As we throw our emulators.
Right. I'm going to need another controller. Why? Mine is in the yard, and I need a new window. Yeah. 2 hours of Ninja Gaiden next week. You excited?
No, I am
Neither.
not. I am excited. I do want to beat it. So
yeah,
hopefully I get to it.
Hopefully you do. I am fairly certain I won't because I never have. I own it. I need to. There it is. You folks at home can't see it, but I'm showing Ricky on the webcam.
Ooh, look at that.
I actually have Ninja Gaiden, so I will be playing my copy of Ninja Gaiden.
I'm surprised you kept the paper on the cartridge very nice and shiny.
They're not all that good, but you can kind of tell the ones that got a lot of use because they're in a little better or a little worse for wear.
Remember my Sega.
Like Kung Fu's coming up a little bit.
My Sega ones were used.
I feel like the Sega stickers were also of a lower quality than the Nintendo ones because I have several Sega games where like the top part of it is like peeling almost all the way off. So you have to like lay it flat to read it in the drawer as to what game it is. Also, why did Nintendo go away from putting the names of the games on the top of the cartridge for the N64? That's wildly inconvenient when you're trying to sort through, like a store display of used N64 games, and you have to pull each one out to see what game it is. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next week, Ninja Gaiden against Journey to Silius. The week after that, July 1st, Blaster Master versus Ninja Gaiden 2. And then that's it for round 2. We're down to 32 games at that point. And then round 3 will kick off on July 8th, which we will obviously have to record in advance because that is Malia's birthday. My current plan is to kick off round 3 with a bang and start with Excite Bike against Metal Storm. Just because I feel like we have kind of limped into some of these rounds, so I want to start it off.
Oh, can't wait to play Metal Storm again.
Me either. That's also part of it. Is I wanted to move Metal Storm up in the rotation so we would play it sooner.
Yes.
Good times.
So
Ninja Turtles 2. What's that?
It's like the surprise hit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like I like Excite Bike, but that's a steep hill to climb. The number 46 seed may very well wind up in the Sweet 16. And then It might. I don't know. It's going to face either Mario or Star Tropics in that round. It might still beat those. I don't know. We'll see. Stick with us, folks. We've still got 33 more episodes left in this season, and then a big blowout episode 100, which will not be a tournament episode because it will finish in episode 99. But we will figure out something fun, and we will we'll figure out what season 2 is going to look like and what system we're playing, and we'll probably throw some bonus episodes in there too, where we'll just do tackle genres or stuff like that. So
we'll probably talk. Well, bro, I want to know what listeners think of when we just talk about things.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan, I'm so sorry. I almost skipped Ryan O's question of the week. What 80s or 90s animated series do you think deserves its own platformer? This is obviously coming on the heels of our DuckTales episode from a couple weeks ago. For me, there are two. I mean, just for me, they feel like the correct answer to this question. But I'm curious what because there's a 6-year gap between us, so our mileage probably varies a bit.
Oh man!
For me, Man and
Which
Thundercats.
Oh, Thundercats! Yeah, how did we not have a Thundercats game?
I don't know.
Or He-Man.
You're right. Those just seem like no-brainer platformer games from that era, and neither one of them happened.
That's a good call. You know what platform game I would like? It's not really a cartoon, but Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, that would be so fun. They made a Guts game for Super Nintendo and Genesis, but they never made a Hidden Temple game.
Oh, I was thinking of man, what if Nickelodeon makes a game where it's all those games? Where it's Guts, Double Dare.
Yeah.
And it's just
yeah, there's a third one that I'm forgetting. Guts, Double Dare, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Maybe that is what I was thinking of. But then you could also throw in some Wild and Crazy Kids and Finders Keepers and some of those other, slightly more obscure shows from the 80s and 90s. That would be fun. That would
be great. That's my pick. But I can't believe after you said your answer, I was like, holy crap, you're right. We haven't had a Thundercats or He-Man. Well, He-Man I could see coming back up because He-Man is coming back with a Netflix show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after how successful She-Ra was.
Yeah.
They're doing He-Man, and that's just begging for a game.
But the Thundercats is I feel like it's a dead franchise right now, and it's why? Because remember they were going to bring Thundercats back with the terrible style.
Yeah.
Oh my! Thank God it never.
Yeah.
I don't know if the show got canceled or I don't know what's going on with that, but
I remember it being a big thing when it first got announced, and then just kind of nothing after that. The original series is on Hulu, but
the original and the remake is on Hulu.
Sure.
Which I recommend everyone to watch. Everyone, please watch the Cartoon Network remake of Thundercats. It was awesome. It was excellent, and it made sense of some of those characters. Why is there only one girl? Why is there what Panthro? They made him the wise teacher, the older one. Oh, it's just so good. Such a good show. I recommend it.
Check that out,
dude. You have to. It's one of those.
As a kid.
Yeah, it's one of those Young Justice where the show was written so well, but guess what? No one watched it and no one bought the toys. So Cartoon Network is okay, bye.
Well, nobody else is watching it. Then we're taking it away from everybody.
Yeah, it's one of those hidden gems.
I've been going back and rewatching some of the old Justice League Unlimited on HBO Max, and that show's just so good.
Unlimited is beyond, man. Unlimited has some of the best writings for, I think, any superhero, even the comics. Like some of those episodes, like Booster Gold's episode. Come on. Come on.
Well, like right off the bat, episode 2 is the man who has everything.
Oh,
like they jump right into an iconic Superman story.
Yeah.
And it's just heartbreaking. And it's a great Batman and Wonder Woman episode. And introduces a great villain in Mongol. Like it's so good right away. Because that first episode with Green Arrow and Captain Atom and Supergirl.
That one's cool,
like,
but it's
comic robot. But it's a good way to like throw you in. Like here's all the characters. Here's big giant boss battle right off the bat.
And you're up against and it shows you like, okay, this Justice League show is not just about the iconic, the big six. You know, is it 6 or is it 7?
It's either 6 or 7. So Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Hawkgirl, and then
Martian
Manhunter. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And like the first episode of Unlimited, they just open it so grand because you have Supergirl and you have Captain Atom and you have Green Arrow. And Green Arrow's kind of a cool dick.
Yes. Well, and like there's that shot where because Manhunter and Green Lantern are like recruiting Green Arrow and they bring him up to the lighthouse and you see like a sea of heroes and it's like it's like everybody. So good.
It's great.
And then the whole the Argus story that takes most of season 1 with the question and
oh my god, the question.
Good.
Honestly, like I became a fan of DC because of Unlimited. Like, and we were like 2013, I think is when I finally saw the whole thing of Unlimited. And I was like, you know what, I got to go buy comics. And then I did. I started buying that's the time where DC had the New 52.
Right.
And so it was the best time because all new number 1s, all new universe. Like, I was like, here we go.
Yeah. And it'd be like getting into Marvel when they launched Ultimate.
Yep. The Ultimate. Yeah. It was just like that.
Stopping reading comics forever after Ultimatum. Because that was garbage.
Ultimatum just ruined everything.
Just horrible storytelling. I think I compared it at the time to an angry kid. It's it's the comic book that Sid from Toy Story would have written. So bringing it back to the topic at hand, if you want to see an updated bracket as of last week's result, meaning you can look and see that Contra has beaten Battletoads and Double Dragon and has moved on to face Zelda 2. You can see the full bracket at challenge.com/Kings of Consoles. We update that every week with the previous week's result. So next week, you'll be able to see Ninja Turtles 2 moving on. If you've got $3 burning a hole in your pocket or, $300, you can contribute to us at ko-fi.com/Kings of Consoles. You can watch me stream on twitch.tv/Kings of Consoles on the rare occasions I actually get on there. Kings of Consoles pod at gmail.com, facebook.com/Kings of Consoles. We're at Kings of Consoles on Twitter. I'm at LoopyDate.
And I'm at Ricky GN7.
And we will be back next week with the penultimate episode of round 2 as Ninja Gaiden takes on Journey to Silius. We will see you then, and until then, play old games.
Play old games.
Kings of Consoles is recorded in Nashville and Orlando and is produced and edited by me, Edwin. Thanks to Captain Portal for our theme song, intro for a non-existent video game, which can be found at freemusicarchive.org. And the music and sound effects from this week's games can be found with a quick Google search. The opinions expressed in this and every episode are our own, and we are in no way sponsored by or affiliated with Nintendo. We're just big fans.